There is something happening to you right now, something most people around you can't even see. And I need you to stop everything you're doing for just a moment, because what I'm about to reveal in the next few minutes might explain everything you've been feeling but could never quite put into words. That strange sense that you don't completely belong in this world. That quiet knowing that something greater is waiting for you, a mission, a purpose beating deep within your soul, like a distant drum calling you home. Maybe you've tried to ignore it. Maybe you've convinced yourself it's just your imagination, that you should be like everyone else, working, paying bills, smiling at family gatherings, pretending everything's fine. But you can't. You just can't, because there's an invisible calling echoing inside you, a call only the chosen can hear. And if you're watching this video right now, that's not an accident. It's because at some deep level of your consciousness, you recognize these words as a mirror of your own experience. And I need to warn you seriously about something no one else will have the courage to tell you. If you keep ignoring that call, if you keep pretending it isn't real, something inside you will begin to die slowly, day by day, until one day you wake up and don't even recognize the person staring back at you in the mirror. Because the chosen ones who reject their destiny don't simply go back to being ordinary people. They become shadows of who they once were. Souls wander without direction, forever haunted by the feeling that they lost something precious without knowing exactly what it was. Let me tell you something that will make your whole body shiver. Since the beginning of time, across all cultures and civilizations, there have always been those who were called ordinary people who suddenly began to see that the veil of reality is thinner than we were taught to believe. They began to sense that there are layers of existence unfolding all at once, that the visible world is just the tip of an infinitely deeper and more mysterious reality. And when these people finally awaken to that truth, when they stop resisting and start paying attention to signs, they discover that they've been preparing for something grand all along. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every moment of deep loneliness wasn't punishment, it was training. It was a universe forging you into the perfect instrument for a mission that only you can fulfill. Because here is the truth that might shake your entire reality. You weren't called to be happy in the conventional sense. You weren't called to live a comfortable, predictable life. You were called to be a channel, a bridge between worlds, someone capable of bringing light to the places where only darkness exists. And this isn't romantic fluff. It isn't recycled self-help talk. This is raw, burning truth, the kind that stings when it touches your soul. Because being chosen isn't a privilege. It's a responsibility. It's a commitment. It's carrying a weight most people will never understand. And maybe that's why you've always felt so alone, even when surrounded by people. Maybe that's why small talk drains you like it's sucking out your life force. Maybe that's why you look at the routines most people call normal life and feel that silent ache in your chest. Because your soul knows, even if your mind is still resisting, your soul knows you didn't come here for this. You came for something infinitely greater. Listen carefully. Everything that has ever broken you, every betrayal, every night you cried alone thinking no one would understand, all of that was training. It was a universe shaping you, stripping away everything fake until only truth remained. You see, the chosen ones are not chosen because they are special. They are chosen because they were strong enough to survive what would have destroyed anyone else. You've walked through fire, and yet here you are still standing, still searching, still refusing to give up. And that persistence, that invisible force that keeps pushing you forward even when you're exhausted, that's not coincidence. That's your higher self refusing to let you fall asleep again. The world around you is asleep. People wander through life hypnotized, chasing money, approval, pleasure, distraction, anything to fill the emptiness inside. But not you, because once you've tasted even a drop of truth, you can never go back. You start to see through the illusions, the lies, the systems built to keep you small. And suddenly, nothing makes sense anymore, because you've outgrown the world you were born into. That's why you feel the way you do. You're not broken, you're awakening. You're shedding the skin of who you thought you were, to remember who you've always been. And yes, awakening hurts. It burns. It rips you apart from the inside. But that pain, that sacred pain, is a sign that your soul is finally coming alive again. When you finally accept that you're different, when you stop trying to fit into places that were never meant for you, everything starts to change. People will leave. Situations will collapse. Things that once felt safe will begin to dissolve. And you'll feel like your entire world is falling apart. But hayray's the truth. It's not falling apart, it's falling into place. Because you cannot carry the old you into the new reality that's waiting for you. Something has to die so that something greater can be born. And that's what's happening to you right now. You are being reborn not as a version of you that this world demanded, but as a version your soul has been waiting to reveal. You see, the world doesn't need more people who are simply good. It needs people who are awake, people who remember why they came here, who dare to live from the fire burning inside them. Even when no one else understands, you were not sent here to be liked. You were sent here to ignite, to disturb the comfort of the asleep, to speak truth where silence has ruled for too long, doubting yes. It will be lonely sometimes, that there will be nights when the weight feels unbearable, when you question if you've lost your mind. But remember this, even in those moments of darkness, you're never alone, that every chosen soul across time, the prophets, the mystics, the rebels, the dreamers, they all walked the same path. They too were misunderstood. They too were called crazy, different, too intense, and yet it was their fire that lit the world. The same light burns inside you now that it's ancient, it's powerful, and it's waiting for you to stop doubting. And remember who you are. You're not here by accident. You didn't stumble upon this message by chance. You were guided to these words because your time has come. The time to hide is over. The time to shrink, to play small, to silence your own truth. It's over. This world is starving for authenticity, for courage, for souls brave enough to live what others only dream about. And that's you. That's why you've been through so much. That's why your path was never easy, because you were never meant for an easy life. You were meant for a real one. So, hayrace your moment. Take a deep breath. Feel that pulse in your chest. That's the universe reminding you that you are alive for a reason. To stop waiting for permission, to stop waiting for the perfect timing. There is no later. There is only now. You are the storm and the calm, the wound and the healer, the student and the teacher, the light and the mirror. And if you ever forget again, if the noise of this world tries to make you doubt your own fire, just remember this. You were chosen to not because you're better, but because you are ready to now rise. The world has been waiting for you.